This is Matt Sten,
founder and CEO of Trak Racer.
And this is Andre,
head of the US sales and support team here with Trak Racer.
This year we celebrate our 15th year of making simulators, and we have our supporters to thank for that.
They flew me out to their US office in Austin, Texas to tell me about Trak Racer, how it started, where it's at, where it's going, and how the hell they managed to get their logo on a real-life Formula One car.
I grew up with my father as a steel fabricator, and I always had an interest in going into his factory and seeing what he did. He had the turning mills and the welders and so on. So my interest with steel fabrication started at a very early age. Got my first job as a product manager, then brand manager within a power tool company. So there I got exposure with developing products, working with engineering firms, putting manuals together and so on. And then following that, I found a marketing job, which was at Honda Cars. While I was there, I got a little bit bored. And then I was browsing the internet and I saw simulators, which were far and few back then, and I thought I can do better and at a better price point. I could see where the industry was going. I thought video games, they're pretty cool, and these are very realistic. And so I sketched up a frame with my father, made the first prototype, and then went to Asia and found a manufacturer.
We're trying to make it as easy as possible for the everyday racer, everyday enthusiast to get into sim racing, right?
You know, the first container was about 50 frames and seats, only sent over to Australia. We slowly churned through those, and the next year we did a lot more. And then we moved into the UK, US, Europe. Now we're moving into, we'll have warehouses in 9 countries as of next month.
Off the ground and running, Trak Racer continued to expand its product range, manufacturing process, and of course operations. However, it wasn't until the pandemic in 2020 when they finally got their big break.
In 2019, there was maybe me and 2 others. For us, our demand grew 400% overnight in April of 2020 as a result of the lockdowns. We weren't ready. We didn't have enough stock. We didn't have enough team members. So I had to throw a lot of my own, my private savings into the business to fund the growth. We had a new range which was launched in the second half of 2019, which is our aluminium extrusion rigs. We now have 3 offices. We have an office and showroom in Austin. Well, our headquarters is in Melbourne. Our second largest office is in Netherlands, in Europe.
The biggest challenge is probably the demand, right? Which some people would say is not a challenge. You should be happy that people want your stuff, but it's hard to keep it in stock all the time, right? That's the biggest thing. The era of Amazon is what we call it. You know, everyone kind of wants things now, and so it's just tough, you know, keeping up with customer expectations sometimes and customer demand. You know, we want to not only set the expectation, we want to meet them every time. So
thanks to their big success and being able to capitalize on the surge in demand, big partnerships began to emerge. More specifically, the one with Alpine F1, which I was keen to learn more about.
It was a pipe dream, you know, like even now, like we're the only simulator brand that's partners with an F1 team. It's expensive and it is hard to get in. So we were scrutinized by Alpine because they don't want to be aligned with a brand that doesn't meet their quality levels or their same values. So it wasn't as easy as just paying money to be alongside Alpine.
I can remember the days when my parents used to say, hey, you know, video games are gonna rot your brain, right? But now we're in the era where video games can potentially lead further than most regular professions. So the fact that a Formula One team is taken side of that and jumped on board, it just shows you that everyone's starting to believe and it's only gonna get bigger.
So in 2020, Alpine had decided that they want to follow down the esports sim racing path, and they came to us. So there was a 24-hour Le Mans, virtual Le Mans, which was hosted in Monaco with the royal family. And so we had 2 of our simulators there. And one of our European manager went over and made sure that all went smoothly. And from that, Alpine noticed us and then approached us to work with them.
The whole process of developing the TRX alongside Alpine Racing took just around 2 years before production even started. For me and many others though, it seemed like the culmination of this partnership really peaked when the Trak Racer logo was featured in the real-life car in several races.
Doing his floor no good at all. Fernando Alonso using the wheel of his own.
But for me, like that was an amazing moment just to be able to see.
Man, just being a part of that, and that's a first. That's a first for sim racing, right?
Seeing our logo on the side mirrors of the Alpine. The first time was my AMI last year, and then we had Silverstone, and this year we were at Montreal, and then we've got it on at least one more race.
How did you negotiate, or like how did that happen, getting the Trak Racer logo on the car?
It's a part of it. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Is dollars, but also if we grow, they grow. They grow their esports side. Naturally, being one of a few, if not the only brand that's partners with an F1 team, we use this in our marketing and our whole story. Trak Racer has always been a mid to high end brand. Working alongside Alpine has elevated that further. We're no longer just a simulator brand, we're a simulator brand that's partnered with a world-leading motorsport team.
To my surprise, Trak Racer is actually venturing further out from just racing cockpits, as they're now developing a range of peripherals, including a direct drive wheelbase, steering wheels, sequential shifters, and handbrakes.
And then finally, our peripherals program. So that's something new for us. It's working with software engineers for the Trak Racer Device Manager, which is nearing completion, as well as PCB engineers and mechanical engineers and so on. So it's a nice learning and I'm loving it, but it does add a little bit of complexity to it. But we're getting through it and we're about to go into production on the first range of products.
Out there looking to get into motorsports, even if it's at a driver level, get out there and do the work. If you can't get it done on your own, find someone that's going to help you. Knock on as many doors as you can. Send on as many emails as you can, right? You only stop winning when you stop trying.
The advice that I would have is back yourself. So for a long time, I was always, oh no, I can't let go of things because how do we, what if business takes a downturn? So back yourself means, well, I'm the founder and CEO of Trak Racer. My value lies in the strategy and product lead for the company. It doesn't lie in forecasting orders or bookkeeping or accounting. So there's only one of me, and I think delegating is a key point. You can't be everything. You can't be the technician and the founder and everything, because you can be a jack of all trades and a master of none.
So that's all. Hopefully this video gave you a new perspective of the business of sim racing, and more specifically how Trak Racer has been able to grow and expand globally, secure big partnerships, market their brand, and plan for the future. Moving forward with this series, I hope you continue exploring the business of sim racing, so definitely let me know if you've enjoyed and what company you'd like me to explore next.
Thanks for listening. I'm Matt Stan, founder and CEO of Trak Racer, and this is the business of sim racing.
My name is Andre. Thank you for watching, and this has been the business of sim racing.